Hey, what's going on, guys? Excuse the mess in the garage today. Got a lot going on. But today, this video is about building a chicken watering system. And that's going to be using one of these reusable 5-gallon water jugs. That's what I'm going to start going with now. And you'll see what I've come up with. Basing it off of other ideas I've seen, but this is actually pretty unique as far as I've seen so far. But I got my order from Premier One here. I got the cups, hose, and some fittings. And then I'll show you over here what we got going on as far as materials. We got some 16th inch aluminum there. And that's actually what I've already made all these cups out of. I can probably show you a shot of laying that out. And what that's for is how these cups mount. I assume that they're cage mount. I have to imagine that's why they got that groove in them like that, to mount to like a pen cage. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to drill a hole up in the corner, and that's going to allow me to screw it in where my sheet metal on the chicken coop is screwed to currently. Show you a real quick drawing. I'm no artist by any means, but essentially that's going to allow 11 3/4 because of the 3/4 inch rib on the inside of my coop where this is going to be hung. I figure that water barrel is about 5.5 inches off the wall. That's where the center of the hole would be for the spigot, essentially. So this is going to be made out of angle iron, just some bed frame. And then I'm going to lay a sheet of 3/4 inch plywood in there, and that's going to be what this supports it. And I'll be using my favorite thing, rebar, to send a few supports down to the rib following below that. You'll see what I mean later. And then just a little piece of angle iron attached to that. So a pretty simple concept as far as design wise. Then for as far as a funnel, I guess you'd say, for the jug to sit on, this is what's going to be on the bottom. That's a 3/8 inch hose barb going into a 1/2 inch fitting going into a bulk tank adapter. That's going to be screwed to this cap here. That's just a test fit cap for 4 inch. And that's going to be mounted to a piece of 4 inch PVC. And then this PVC 4 inch coupler here, that's going to be what supports it against the wood frame itself. This will all come together and you'll see it as it unfolds, but a little bed frame action. That's going to be the main frame for it. Hole saws to make all this happen. So the first thing I'm going to do here is get that bed frame cut up to specifications for making the frame to hold that plywood up. Let's get to it. Alright, so just to give you a little rundown here on what I got going on here. 4-inch coupler. That's going to be what that plywood rests against. Then I just got that test fit cap, bulkhead, down to a 1/2 inch by 3/8 inch barb nipple here. So it's just going to sit like this. Your 5-gallon jug is going to pop on top here, and then it's going to fill up this cavity and then feed down through there. I haven't ordered it yet, but I'll have a Y splitter here with the shutoff valve as well. So I can shut off the water going outside or inside individually. The only thing left to do here is test her out. Oh, you can already see them starting to fill up. Now, fingers crossed they actually shut off. Must be quite a bit of pressure actually with the height of that, because those filled up really quick. There, the just burped. Looks like the chickens are already checking it out. Hey, so the last video clip you saw there was actually 3 years ago now. Never got around to editing this video until now, so I thought I might as well just give you a little update on how the system's been working, and just showing it 3 years later now, if you're curious on how it's held up. In short, it's been great. All these watering cups have been pretty much phenomenal. That one's blocked off, so excuse it. I just don't have the chickens in there now, so I don't want the cups filling up. But take you inside here. The only issue I've had with any of this system was one time I was on vacation, and I always leave backups, but the chickens coming down from roost must have knocked one into one of these yellow cups, and they snapped the little tab off of it, and so the whole tank depleted on the floor. I had somebody stopping by, so I knew about it, and I had, like I said, I had water out, so it wasn't a big deal at all, but nonetheless, that obviously can happen. So again, tank's still the same setup as before. Not sure in the video if I had this inline just filter screen on here or not, but one thing to keep in mind if you do want to add one of these, apple cider vinegar will clog this up at some point. That's something I experienced back when I used to use apple cider vinegar. I did end up adding the shutoff valves like I had talked about. That works out phenomenal because in winter time I can just shut off this exterior line, allow the water to bleed out of there, and don't have any issues with it freezing out there. As far as this other side in winter, this thing will handle, just because of the insulation in the coop and the body heat I assume from the chickens. It can be almost 0 degrees outside, and this will be just fine. When we do get in sub-freezing temperatures, or I shouldn't say sub-freezing, sub-zero temperatures for an extended period of time, what I do is I just hang a heat lamp kind of next to the water jug and over the top of the waters here. Not only does it give the chicken some warmth, but it also keeps all that defrosted, and that seems to work out great for me. But yeah, nonetheless, it's been working phenomenal, so I just wanted to show you guys how it's been 3 years later. Wouldn't change anything in my opinion. If I could have a huge water jug that I'd never had to fill up, that'd be phenomenal, but this works out pretty good. But I hope you found this video informative or helpful in some way. If you did, please engage with me and hit the like button, comment if you guys got any questions for me, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.